Most people still have no idea how much you can build inside HighLevel right now. And one of the best things about AI Studio is that you don't have to begin the same way every single time. You can start with a prompt, you can start with a template, or you can use a URL for inspiration. You can even use a screenshot. You can upload images. So if you're the kind of person who says, I don't know exactly how to build it, but I know what I want it to look like and feel like, HighLevel gives you several ways to get moving. That matters because getting started is usually where most people freeze. The blank page is what kills momentum. Templates help solve that. If you want a landing page, a dashboard, and the crazy part is this brand new feature I think is going to surprise you most is the one I'm saving for the very end. So stay with me because I'm going to give you a start to finish overview of the new AI Studio, how to prompt it, how forms work, how calendars work, how workflows connect, how to edit code, how to publish, and then I'm going to end with the newest feature, which is visual editing that makes this whole thing feel even easier. If you've ever looked at AI features in HighLevel before and thought, okay, this seems powerful, but where do I even start? This video is specifically for you. If you want a landing page, a dashboard, a storefront, a portfolio, or another familiar structure, templates give you faster starting points. I want to make this extremely simple. I want to make this extremely practical. And I want to show you the big picture so you can actually understand how all of these pieces actually fit together inside one platform. If you want something more custom, you can prompt AI Studio directly and let it generate the full version for you. At the highest level, AI Studio is HighLevel's AI-powered builder for websites, landing pages, and other interactive front-end experiences. This means it's not just about throwing a few blocks onto a page. This is about being able to create a real digital experience faster inside HighLevel without having to start from a single black screen every single time. So how do I think about prompting this the right way? I think prompting works best when I stop trying to sound technical and start trying to sound very clear. In other words, you don't need to write some magical robot prompt here. I just need to explain the outcome. I want to tell HighLevel what kind of business this is for, what kind of page or experience I want, what action I want the visitor to take, and what kind of style I want, and include anything specific I want included. So a much better prompt is not to build me a website. That's not really going to work out. A much better prompt is to build me a clean homepage for a local med spa with a premium feel. Give me a booking section, a before and after style image, and a strong headline. And also I need a call to action for consultations. This gives AI Studio something real to work with. And the beautiful part of this, if the prompt is too broad, HighLevel will ask follow-up questions before it even starts building. That removes a lot of the pressure from the process because you do not have to get everything perfect on the first shot. Now, once that part is completed, the next question becomes, okay, how do I actually use this in the real business setting? The first big use case is forms. Forms matter because, looking good is not enough. They also need to function. A business page needs to capture interest. It needs to collect information. It needs to help somebody take the next step. HighLevel can generate form experiences inside HighLevel Agent Studio as part of the page itself. That means you can create contact forms, registration forms, lead capture sections, and consultation request flows as part of the overall design instead of treating them like an afterthought. In AI Studio, the form starts as the front-end experience first. Then when you are ready, you connect it to the back end to send data back into your HighLevel account. That is really a smart way to do it because it lets you design the experience first and connect the business logic second. The second big use case is calendars. This is where things get even more practical. If you want a booking page, a consultation page, or a discovery call page, AI Studio can create that booking experience visually. And then you can connect one of your existing HighLevel calendars so it becomes a live scheduling asset that is perfectly branded to the site. That means you're not only making something pretty, you're making something ultra functional. The appointments go into the connected calendar inside your existing sub account, and any reminders, confirmations, follow-up behavior already tied tied to that calendar can continue working in the background just as they always do. Now, once forms and calendars are connected, the next thing people want is to know how workflows fit into this. This is where HighLevel starts feeling powerful in a very real business sense, because once the form is connected, submissions can continue on automation using the external tracking event trigger. So a lead does not just fill out a form and disappear. You can route that submission into a workflow, trigger a follow-up sequence, notify a team member, or continue the customer journey automatically on autopilot. That is a huge shift in mindset. You're not just building pages in HighLevel. You're building pages that can plug directly into the rest of the system. And this is where a lot of time saving comes from, because you are reducing the number of disconnected tools and disconnected steps. Now let me talk about code editing, because this is where some people get nervous and other people get excited. So if you don't want to touch code, that's perfectly fine. HighLevel doesn't force you to do so. AI Studio can already do a lot through prompts and iterative changes. But if you do want more control, HighLevel has a built-in code editor right inside AI Studio. That means you can open the project code, search through files, and make specific edits, save, and preview those changes without ever leaving the builder. That is a big deal for a couple of reasons. First, it gives you precision. If you want to tweak a specific component, update styling, adjust content more granularly, or make a targeted change, you have that option. Second, it keeps you inside the same environment. You're not jumping onto another editor, exporting files, or creating some messy handoff process. You're still inside HighLevel, and if something breaks, HighLevel even includes AI-assisted error handling with a try-to-fix option, along with version history, project-wide search, find and replace, and live preview after saving. So even the code side is being designed to feel more approachable and less intimidating. After that comes publishing. And this is where all the earlier work finally turns into something real. Once the project looks exactly right, once the forms and calendars are connected the way you want, and once any code level tweaks are finished, you can now preview it, publish it, and move it toward a live domain inside HighLevel. This is important because the goal is not to stay in draft mode forever. The goal is to get from idea to build to refinement to live asset as quickly and cleanly as humanly possible. And there is a real bigger story to be told here. AI Studio is helping you move faster at every single stage. It helps you start faster. It helps you shape the page faster. It helps you connect business functionality faster. And if you need deeper control, it helps you refine faster as well. But now I want to give you the part I promised at the beginning, because this is the newest feature and the one I think a lot of people are going to love most. It is brand new bonus feature. It's called visual editing. This is where HighLevel starts feeling more and more practical for day-to-day use, because now you have a point and click editing layer that makes fast visual changes much easier and faster. So instead of feeling like every little update has become a bigger prompt conversation or a deeper code task, visual editing gives you a much more intimate way of making those on-the-fly adjustments inside the actual project. That's why I saved it for the end, because it's amazing. Because once you understand the full picture, AI Studio makes more sense. You start with the overview, you use a template or prompt to get moving, you build forms, you connect calendars, you run workflows, you edit code when you need more control, you publish when it's ready, and now visual editing, you can make changes on the fly, super simple. HighLevel gives you an even easier finishing layer on top of that entire process. So here's my big takeaway. HighLevel is not just trying to help you generate pages faster. It's trying to help you build, refine, connect, and launch inside one ecosystem. And if you're serious about building websites, funnels, lead capture pages, booking pages, or even more custom experiences without drowning in complexity, this is exactly why AI Studio matters for you. If you want my website vibe coding guidebook, comment vibe in the comments below and I'm gonna send it your way. And if you want the latest HighLevel bonus stack, go to insaneaioffer.com and sign up there. That is where you can get all the newest bonuses that I offer affiliates, and no other affiliate has ever done what we've done. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I do not take your attention lightly. If this helped you see HighLevel AI Studio in a clearer way, stay close because there's a lot more to cover. Comment Vibe if you want the guidebook. Go to Insane AI Offer if you want the latest bonus stack for HighLevel. And I'll see you in the next video.